Eli Cooper and Jason Merrill met in second grade in Evergreen, Ohio. Both boys were quiet, observant, and often felt like outsiders. Eli loved horror films and sketching characters. Jason, more analytical, loved riddles and math. Their bond was instant, deep, and, according to everyone who knew them, unbreakable. Evergreen was the kind of town where doors stayed unlocked and everyone waved hello. The boys became familiar faces, mowing lawns, selling lemonade, playing in the cul-de-sac. No one ever thought twice about their closeness. They were just those two boys. By 13, subtle changes began. Eli got more social, joined the drama club, started talking to new kids. Jason didn't. Instead, he became possessive. Friends of Eli recalled Jason's cold stares and awkward interruptions whenever Eli tried to make new connections. Teachers described Jason as gifted but emotionally distant. He'd ace exams but avoid group work. At home, he had locked notebooks, refused to let anyone touch his computer, and kept a file titled Exit Protocol. When asked, he said it was just a story idea. October 16, 2014. Eli told his parents he was sleeping over at Jason's. He never came home. At first, police assumed a runaway. Jason told them Eli left around 9 p.m. Calm, detailed, believable. But he never told anyone what they had argued about before Eli left. Eli's parents, desperate, searched everywhere. Flyers went up. Local news covered the case. Jason helped lead a search team in the woods, pointing to areas he thought Eli might hide. Detectives later noted how little emotion he showed when describing his missing best friend. 6 months later, a new family moved into the Merrills' old home. During renovations, they found a padlocked steel box in the crawlspace. Inside, a journal, rope, and a flash drive. The journal was titled, Containment. The journal's contents stunned police. Pages detailed how to subdue someone without leaving marks, how long it takes for chloroform to work, and psychological tactics to break someone mentally. It wasn't fiction. It was procedural, clinical. The flash drive had encrypted files. Once cracked, they revealed folders titled Control, Obey, and one called EC. Inside were photos of Eli, some candid, some secretly taken, even inside his home. One folder contained audio recordings labeled Day 1 through Day 3. What they heard chilled them. Eli's voice, groggy and scared, pleaded, cried, whispered. Jason's voice was calm, instructive, even cheerful at times. He spoke about retraining the mind, fixing betrayal, and making things right. Authorities searched the property again. Under the crawlspace, beyond a false panel, they found human remains. DNA confirmed it was Eli Cooper. He had been struck in the head and wrapped in plastic. There were signs of restraint and prolonged captivity. Jason, now 18, was arrested during math class at his new high school. He offered no resistance. When asked where Eli was, he said, "He's still with me. He always will be." The trial began in 2016. The town was in shock. How could Jason, the quiet, polite neighbor, commit something so monstrous? The prosecution painted him as cold, manipulative, and obsessed. The defense claimed mental illness and abandonment issues. Forensic evidence showed Eli had been alive for nearly 3 days after disappearing. He'd been kept in a soundproof room in Jason's basement. He was drugged, restrained, and psychologically tormented. Jason filmed most of it for personal reflection, he told investigators. Eli's mother collapsed on the stand while reading one of his final journal entries, hidden in his backpack. "If I don't make it out, please know I tried to stay strong. I thought Jason was my brother. I was wrong." After 5 days of deliberation, the jury returned, guilty of first-degree murder, kidnapping, and criminal confinement. Jason showed no emotion. When the judge asked if he had anything to say, he replied, "I just wanted things to stay the same." Jason Merrill was sentenced to life without the possibility of parole. The judge cited the premeditation, cruelty, and lack of remorse as justification for the maximum sentence. Netflix picked up the story for a docuseries titled Bound by Blood, the Eli Cooper case. It featured interviews with detectives, Eli's family, and childhood videos showing the boys laughing together, highlighting the gut-wrenching contrast between innocence and evil. Evergreen tried to move on, but the town was never the same. Schools introduced new counseling programs. Parents held their children tighter. The Cooper home turned into a memorial site, with candles still lit on every October 16th. 5 years later, Eli's father published a book using Eli's recovered journal pages. The final line of the book reads, "Jason took my son's life, but he didn't take his spirit. Eli lives, every time we tell his story." This was not just a murder. It was a betrayal of the deepest kind. The kind that hides in plain sight, wears your favorite memories, and smiles in your family photos. This is the crime ledger. Because every secret has a witness.